Hi there, my name is Hagen Hemphill, and I will be doing my second project today. Um, Today I will be covering a critical issue that affects millions of consumers across the United States, the right to repair. The federal government must enact legislation that upholds and protests the consumers' rights to repair their own devices and equipment. This policy is essential for promoting consumer rights, environmental sustainability, economic fairness, and technological innovation. Firstly, let's consider the importance of consumer rights. Every consumer should have the autonomy to repair their own products without being forced to rely solely on the manufacturer. Unfortunately, many companies restrict access to essential repair information, tools, and parts. This practice not only limits consumer freedom, but also creates unnecessary inconvenience and expense. By enacting right to repair legislation, we empower consumers to make their own decisions by regarding their property, ensuring that they are not beholden to monopolistic practices that favor manufacturers over the people they serve. Isabel Simon said on February 1st, 2023, electronic waste is the fastest growing refuse system in the United States. It's expected that by 2030, the world will be generating 74 million tons of electronic waste a year, including billions of discarded smartphones. Almost every home has a desk drawer or box in the closet filled with outdated chargers, smartphones, cameras, and that would ideally be recycled, but more likely will find their way to a landfill. There they will leak toxic materials into the soil and aquifers. Secondly, the environmental benefits of the right to repair are substantial. In our current throwaway culture, electronic waste is becoming an alarming issue. According to the United Nations, the world produces approximately 50 million tons of electronic waste each year, a significant portion of which ends up in the landfills, contributing to the pollution and resource depletion. Allowing consumers to repair their devices extends the life cycle of products, reducing the volume of waste generated and minimizing the environmental footprint of electronic goods. This legislation aligns with broader environmental goals by promoting sustainable consumption and reducing our dependence on finite natural resources. Celine O said on May 19, 2023, the right to repair movement aims to extend the life of electronics through repair and refurbishment, which can help to reduce e-waste and also protect the viability of repair and refurbishment labor markets. By making diagnostic tools, repair manuals, and replacement parts available to the general public, the right to repair movement seems to be gaining pace and moving closer to its objectives as legislative initiatives are made in numerous states in the United States, the European Union, and other nations. The movement may contribute to reducing electric waste, protecting the environment, and promoting sustainable living by continuing to advocate for the laws that expand internet access, lengthen the useful lives of current technology, and enhance digital equity. Geneva Environmental Network said at one time, e-waste can be toxic. It's not biodegradable and it accumulates in the environment, in the soil, air, water, and living things. For example, open burning and acid baths being used to recover valuable materials for electronic components release toxic materials leaching into the environment. These practices can also expose workers to high levels of contaminants such as lead, mercury, beryllium, thallium, cadmium, and arsenic, and also bromated flame retardants, BFRs, and polychlorinated biphenyls, which can lead to irreversible health effects such as cancers, miscarriages, neurological damage, and diminished IQs. Thirdly, the economic implications of right to repair legislation are profound. A writer at CNN Business said on October 3rd, 2021, "The greenest smartphone is the one you already own," said Cole Stratton, an associate instructor at the Indiana University of Bloomington, who has studied tech supply chains. Smartphones seem so small and inconsequential, so unless you've studied the supply chains and realize everything that goes into creating them, you really just have no sense of how environmentally devastating these things actually are. The growing right to repair movement could help. Right to repair advocates, including Apple co-founder Steve W., are calling for laws that would require device makers to release the tools, parts, and repair manuals necessary to allow consumers to have their own products fixed by independent shops, or to do it by themselves. If consumers could more easily repair devices, advocates say, they wouldn't have to replace them as frequently, reducing reliance on resource-intensive production process and cutting down on electronic waste. And it's not just smartphones. Right to repair could make it easier to fix everything from tablets to tractors. When consumers can repair their own products, they save money by avoiding costly manufacturer repairs and the purchase of new device. Moreover, this policy can stimulate local economies by supporting independent repair shops and creating jobs in the repair industry. By fostering a competitive repair market, we can drive down costs and improve service quality, benefiting consumers and small businesses alike. My second point is to cover the amount of money that would be saved by allowing for the right to repair laws. Laurel Lehman said on May 3rd, 2023, the reality is the average American drops their phone on the ground more than every other day. When the smartphone experiences the inevitable crack in the screen or a more serious issue, you often have no choice to have the manufacturer repair the device at an expensive cost, which can be several $100s, or ultimately buy a new one. Brian Merchant also said on May 12, 2023, everyone likes saving money. A report from the consumer advocacy group called CalPIRG found that the average American household spends about $1,767 buying new electronics every single year. Sandra Cushion, a consumer advocate with the USPIRG, told me that with the right to repair instated, families tend to save about $382 a year off that sum. All told, that would amount to about $5 billion in savings in California alone. In conclusion, enacting federal right to repair legislation is necessary to step toward upholding consumer rights, promoting environmental sustainability, ensuring economic fairness, and fostering technological innovation. By giving consumers the freedom to repair their own devices, we not only protect their interests, but also create a more just, sustainable, and innovative society. I urge you to support this crucial legislation and advocate for a future where the right to repair is upheld and celebrated. Thank you.